What's up, guys? Muffin here. Today we detected the loneliest millionaire on the internet. The video's by Golf Cart. Make sure to check them out.
The first rule of being an A-list streamer is brutal, but simple. Once you turn the camera on, you never get to turn it off. To the world, he's XQC, one of the most watched, highest paid personalities on the planet.
XQC is the biggest streamer on Twitch.
The fame, the 9-figure deals, the constant roar of 40,000 live viewers. From the
That's
outside,
a lot of viewers.
it looks like the ultimate success story. But that is not the story you're about to see. This story is much darker. Because sometimes you get everything you ever wanted, just to lose everything that ever mattered.
You get nothing. You're not.
Now, every story about a downfall starts somewhere, and for XQC, it started at the top.
We're not gonna do like a background or anything. We're just gonna stop. We're just gonna start where he's already made it. All right, let's go. That's cool.
Felix Lengyel was a professional gamer turned full-time streamer. Online, he went by XQC, and by early 2018, he'd already built a massive following. Over 200,000 people followed him on Twitch, and every night, thousands tuned in just to watch the madness unfold.
Nobody will take my virginity.
XQC was the definition of an internet troll. He talked weird, said whatever popped into his head. And yeah, he wasn't exactly the cleanest guy around, but that's not really the point, because he could make quite literally anything entertaining. Back then, the magic was in his reactions. It really didn't matter what happened. Dying in game, getting stream sniped, some annoying TTS donation. He'd explode, lose his mind, and somehow make it hilarious. But over time, the chat started catching on. They realized that the more they pushed him, the better content got. So it kind of became this game. Who could piss him off the most? Who could get the biggest reaction? Every week, the stunts got worse, and what started as harmless trolling was slowly turning into something meaner. The line between the stream and real life was starting to blur. And in about 2 seconds, someone was about to take it too far.
I'm coming out. Coming out. Coming out. Yes. What? Hands up. Hands up.
For the first time in his life, Felix found himself staring down the barrels of a few standard issue LAPD Glocks.
I just realized his name is Felix this whole time. A lot of popular streamers are named Felix. Interesting. Interesting. There's no need for me to pause right there to say that. Is he where swatting started, or was swatting a thing before XQC? Or is this like just concerned neighbors?
Who from his stream had found his home address and called the police, reporting a violent threat.
Oh my gosh.
This is known as swatting. It's an internet prank that's gotten people killed before. And for Felix, this was the moment that changed everything.
He had 3 guns at me. What the?
He realized that being live meant being exposed, that anyone with a grudge or a twisted sense of humor could reach through the screen and make his real life collapse in seconds. So he started closing doors. No more personal details, no leaks, no risks. His addresses, his circle, and even what he said on stream, all of it got locked down. From that point forward, XQC was split in two. There was the version everyone knew, the chaotic, high-energy streamer who seemed to live entirely online.
I just want to play the game.
And then there was the other side, the one he kept completely off camera.
You know what's crazy about that though? Like, you can be completely anonymous as like where your location is. Like, you can be completely just in your own head, off the grid. Like, no one could ever find you. But if someone has the smarts and if someone has the grudge, they can find a way to still swat you. And it's very scary. It's a very scary thing, bro. Very scary.
That's where this story gets interesting, because what the internet thought they were watching wasn't real life. It was a reflection stitched together from a million half-truths. What was actually happening behind the scenes is a whole different story. With Felix's address being leaked online, he realized he needed to move. He left his apartment and moved in temporarily with the girl he had met just a few months ago. Her name was Sammy, a fellow streamer in the Overwatch community, better known as Adept. With a new setup and a new apartment, Felix once again went live.
What time is it? 10? I think it's time to go again.
And from the outside, nothing looked wrong. If anything, it looked better than usual.
This this working, boys, or what?
He was streaming more than ever, laughing more than ever, making more money than ever.
Does that look like a shark?
Okay.
Every month, the numbers continued to climb. The chat was bigger, the clips were everywhere, and Twitch was basically becoming his playground. Eventually, Felix found a new place, something more permanent, and Adept moved in with him. Online, they insisted they were just roommates, but whenever they were on stream together, they didn't exactly look like just roommates.
Fix these right up. Oh my god, he really did.
It was kind of sweet. Two streamers building a life off of the same madness. They'd joke on stream, sometimes argue a little, but the infinitely parasocial chat would eat it up. It felt like a look into his real life.
What do you call the chat?
Chat would eat it up in madness. They'd joke on stream, sometimes argue a little, but the infinitely parasocial chat would eat it up.
Infinitely parasocial chat with you. Yo, like, no, low key though, this isn't even just about XQC. Anytime a male streamer and a female streamer like do collabs together, everybody and their mama tries to ship them, bro. Two people who get along on camera who happen to be the opposite sex. I swear to you, everyone and their mama just like, yeah, we gotta ship them. We gotta ship them. Cause big example, if you guys know who Siri and Pine are, people kept trying to ship those two. And no matter how many times they asked people not to do that, they kept doing it. But you know, that's the internet for you.
It felt like a look into his real life. And maybe that's why nobody thought twice when things seemed off. If he changed rooms, it was just a new setup. If he ended the stream early, chat blamed the bad sleep schedule. Little things you only notice when you already know how the story ends. From 2020 to 2022, it was the golden run. XQC became Twitch's poster boy. He was the single most watched streamer for 3 years in a row. He'd go live for 10 hours a day, grinding some random game or reacting to whatever was trending. Then go to sleep, wake up, and do it again the next day. On the surface, XQC was living the perfect life. He had the fame, the dream car, the $1 million mansion, and the cherry on top of it all, Felix and Sammy finally told their fans what everyone already knew. They were dating. Everyone watching thought, damn, XQC's living the dream.
Yeah.
And for a while, maybe he was. But in reality, everything was falling apart. To understand why everything went wrong, we need to rewind, all the way back to 2018. After moving in with Adept, the swattings didn't just magically go away. Somehow, within weeks, his address kept getting leaked online, and once it was out there, it was only a matter of time before the police showed up at his door.
Dude, actually get me the f out of here, man. I'm so f***ing done with all of it, man. Holy sh**. Yeah, I'll get the f*** out of here, dude. I'm out to man. I don't want to live anymore. It's retarded.
Felix learned fast. After those first incidents, he made sure it never happened live again. No cameras, no chat reactions, nothing for the trolls to feed on.
We'll be on the move for a little bit, but it'll be fine. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. It's whatever.
But every time he thought he'd found a safe spot, something would slip. One day he'd be streaming from one place, and the next, somewhere completely different.
I'll find a way to get my stuff somewhere I can keep it safe. I'll find a way.
Sometimes he'd crash at a friend's house, or head back to Montreal to stay with his parents until he could find a new place. But none of it really felt safe.
Almost every day, the police came to our house with a full squad. I was genuinely scared that I was going to die.
Now, anyone near him, Sammy, friends, family, were in danger solely because he was there with them.
Just me being around people.
Do y'all remember what I said earlier? With literally no information. I'm pretty sure every single time, at least I hope so, every single time he got swatted, I'm pretty sure he took even more drastic measures to not have people know his information, and yet they're still finding out his information. That's what I'm saying. If someone has a grudge out for you that much, they can, and they know how to do it. They will send SWAT to people's houses, and it's very concerning, bro. It's very concerning. That's the scary part about being a streamer. Like, you never know if someone's going to just randomly decide one day, you know, they want to SWAT your house. And yes, sometimes the people who do the swatting get caught. I feel like it needs to be every single time that they get caught, but sometimes they don't get caught. It's just. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't just happen to big streamers either. I'm pretty sure it happens to small streamers as well. Well, smaller streamers. I'm not saying it can't happen to small streamers, but usually this type of thing does happen to bigger streamers.
like endangers them. It's just kind of like unfair for others.
And the worst part, there wasn't really anything he could do about it. The more famous he got, the bigger the audience became, and the more dangerous that 1% of it became too.
I don't know what the is wrong with you guys. I don't know what the is wrong with you absolute degenerates.
Moving became routine. Every so often came a new house with a new setup, and each time it looked the same. A plain, empty bedroom.
I just thought, if I purchase a home and I'm the only person on the title, it's my home, I thought, what could possibly go wrong? And sometimes I realize, like, it just doesn't matter, dude. I can't have shit.
Whether he had an actual setup or not, he'd start streaming regardless. He simply wasn't going to let that 1% of viewers ruin it for the other 99. Over time, he would slowly but surely fill the space. Sometimes it was posters on the wall, or adding a bed, cool lights, or maybe some plans to the stream room. But it seemed like...
Yo, deadass, respect to anyone who can make a good situation out of a bad situation, because that's something I'm trying my best to do. And I ain't just talking about stream, I'm just talking about in life in general. Like the way my life is going right now, I'm just trying to make the best out of whatever I've got. You know what I'm saying? I have, because right now, I don't know if I, never mind, I'm not gonna bring that up because I'm talking away from the video. If you guys want a video of me talking about my financial situation or how I avoid, or my outlook on life, just comment 64. Comment 64 on this video if you want me to have a full-on like conversation with you guys about my outlook on life right now. But yeah, that's what I'm trying my best to do. I'm just trying my best to make the best of a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? You can't let these trolls win, bro.
The minute it actually started to feel like a home, like someone actually lived there, the cycle restarted.
Okay, well, I guess we'll move again, and we'll start it again, and hopefully, and it's probably gonna blow up again.
After a while, you could see it wearing on him. The sleep deprivation, the junk food, the constant anxiety, it all started to pile up. Somewhere in that blur of streams and relocations, the pressure began to break through.
XQC is, if you watch his content, renowned for being really, really bad at sleeping.
X has night terrors where he runs through the house screaming.
Felix started having night terrors, real physical ones.
This morning, I was bloody. Yeah, I did have a fight actually. Yeah.
Ow, that's crazy. When he wakes up to that, do you freak out, Adept? It doesn't scare you?
He'd wake up gasping, disoriented, sprinting across the room trying to escape something that wasn't there.
And so, oh my god.
I just wake up with no air, and I just run. Dude, there's like holes in the walls because of it. Dude, look, there's one above the bed. Look at that. Literally ran straight into the wall.
Whether he was with Adept or staying with friends, they would have to.
Isn't that sleep paralysis? Like, you feel like you can't, like you're being, like you feel like you can't breathe, like you're being choked or something. Isn't that sleep paralysis? I've experienced something similar to that. Everyone's sleep paralysis is different. Like, some people say they can't breathe. Some people say that like they're physically being fought, and to some people they just can't move. They can breathe, but they just can't move. It's very, very different for different people. For me, I just kept feeling like I was getting choked for some reason. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Pull him out of it before he hurt himself, but sometimes he didn't wake up fast enough.
I woke up and I hurt myself in panic, that's all. So I don't really know what happened. But it should be fine for now, though.
And even then, the very next day he was still alive. Because for Felix, stopping meant thinking. And thinking was worse.
In a way, when I go live, I have my own little sun, or my little spotlight above my head, right? Recently it's been like, spotlight goes off, and it's just darkness.
At one point, after years of this cycle, things got so bad that he started writing a will. He genuinely wasn't sure how much longer he'd last if things kept going the same way.
I had a bunch of bad thoughts. Things kept happening that were really bad and scary. I felt like I wasn't gonna live very long.
When he began going through what he had and figuring out where it should all go, it naturally fell to his family. But one name wasn't there, Adept's. And when she found out, everything blew to Kingdom Come.
Oh.
This was the start of something that would turn into one of the most bizarre and public breakups the internet had ever seen.
After that, things just kind of like started like blowing the fuck up, you know?
When Adept found out she wasn't included in Felix's will, the tension between them began to boil over.
Why are you raising your tone?
because no.
You're raising your tone.
Really annoying.
You're raising your
because
tone.
I'm tired of hiding behind this that you do every time.
Okay, can you understand that I always do this, and it's not target.
Oh God, here we go.
What started as a couple's argument slowly grew into something much bigger, one that pulled in Felix's family and refused to fade.
Simi, you called my family psycho, crazy, conniving ass crack. I blamed myself. You talked to me for 3.
This may not be my place to say, but I'm just gonna say this. They were dating at this time, right? They weren't married or anything like that. They were just dating at this time. Y'all could we could agree to disagree in the comments, whatever, but this is just my opinion, all right? Insert opinion, not fact. Just want to put that out there. If you're not husband and wife, I don't feel like you should be required to be in someone's will. I don't know why you'd feel some type of way about that. Like you're not husband and wife. Y'all are just dating. If they were married, then yeah, that'd be a totally different story. But like, you guys are dating. Why would you put your? I mean, to those of you who, and by the way, no, I'm not knocking anyone who does have their girlfriend in their will. If you do, good for you. But if you guys are not married or anything, why do you care? Because I'm telling you right now, the main people in my will are most likely going to be family members. There may or may not be some friends added to that, but the main people when I die it's going to be family members. Hopefully damn, I can't talk. Hopefully I actually have something to leave them, but I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm mainly gonna have family members in my will. So like, I don't know why this was such a big issue. If you're there truly for him and not anything else, why would this matter so much to you? Opinion done. All right. That's just my opinion.
Hours blaming everybody else.
I do this with you anymore. You are not a victim here. You have never been a victim here. I'm done speaking with you. You are not a victim. Stop victimizing yourself.
I'm sorry. This got too heavy. I'm sorry. Bye.
Over the next few months, things only got worse. Arguments kept resurfacing, and every attempt to fix things seemed to just make it worse.
Sorry. See? Classic. Just like before the stream, you say an argument or say your remark and you leave and then you're like, got him, dude. It's not how it works, though.
Eventually, Felix felt like he was cornered, like he had to choose just one, family or debt.
I was cornered into choosing between family and Sammy, and unfortunately what happened is that I kind of just chose family.
And that decision set off everything that came next.
Why are no other streamers talking about XQC divorce? Like how major it is. This ain't like some little thing.
Wait.
Like this is major. This is having an impact on him psychologically.
After a string of public arguments and tense on-stream moments, Adept took things a step further. She filed a claim saying this wasn't just a breakup. According to her, she and Felix were married under common law.
Okay. What I was about to say was, oh snap, they're actually married, and then they're married under common law. If you guys don't know what common law is, a couple states have this law where, like, if you live with someone else for an extended period of time, you can low-key claim that you guys are married, even if you don't get married in a actual court decided marriage. If you're not in an official marriage, if you don't decide to get officially married, then if you live with someone long enough, you guys can declare that you're married under common law. That's actually wild. I know South Carolina is one of those states. I forgot what the other states are that this applies to.
which meant she was entitled to half of everything he owned. Within weeks, the dispute moved from live streams to courtrooms. In Texas, official filings started rolling in, and the court stepped in to stabilize the situation while it played out. Adept was granted exclusive use of Felix's BMW and Tesla. Felix, on the other hand, was suddenly restricted. No more luxury spending, no gambling, nothing beyond the essentials. They were barred from entering each other's homes, and more importantly, forbidden from talking about any of it online. Essentially, a gag order. Once again, Felix was split in two, the version everyone thought they knew, and the one left behind when the camera turned off. But this time, the internet filled the void. Today, those court records are sealed, but back then, they were open to anyone who knew where to look. A few creators dug them up before they vanished behind closed doors, and with each new filing, the internet got another glimpse into the story Felix couldn't tell himself.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
What's going on?
This is Stephen A. Sarch, a journalist who's written for outlets like Business Insider and Rolling Stone, but more importantly, he was one of the first people to break this whole story.
The common law marriage itself always seemed really odd to me.
It is.
Her
That's
only
because it
evidence
is.
behind the common law marriage was in 2020, they went to Canada and they told the TSA that they were married because that was the only way they were going to get in because of COVID protocols.
A common law marriage basically means you're married without the ceremony or license. There's just 3 requirements. You have to live together, tell people you're married, and both agree that you are. But miss one of those, and it doesn't count.
Felix has never publicly made any sort of statement that the common law marriage was in fact real.
I'm not married! I don't want to bash Adept. I don't want to just say she was grasping at straws.
It is hard to discuss this story without thinking ill of Adept, because if you just look at the court filings, it does seem fairly malicious.
Her whole document was all about, I need spousal support, make them pay.
But, taking her opinion into account, it was clear that she felt that she kind of built this guy up and kind of helped him reach the level that he reached.
Speaking of crazy deals, XQC, one of the biggest streamers on...
She did help him. She gave him a place to stay, right? I will 100%. I will 100% say she definitely gave him a place to stay. But y'all gotta remember the beginning of this. XQC was already successful even before he went to live with her. He was already successful. Had he not, damn, I can't talk. Would he be as successful as he is today without the help of Adept? You could argue that. You could possibly argue that. Just by her giving him a place, he was able to do a lot of stuff. I don't know. But as far as made him who he is today, that's kind of a reach. That's a reach in my opinion.
Twitch just took a 2-year deal, $100 million with Kick.
Wow.
Everyone, when it came to XQC, was focused on the Kick deal.
What is going on?
$100 million.
This is a non-exclusive contract for 2 years, meaning XQC gets to have his cake, eat it too, and the baker.
It was.
Oh yeah, it was non-exclusive for XQC because y'all gotta remember when Ninja also got. I know this has nothing to do with Ninja, but Ninja also got $100 contract with Mixer. $100 million contract to stream exclusively on Mixer, but that was exclusive. This dude just got offered $100 million contract, not only to stream on Kick, but to stream anywhere else he wanted to as well. So he could literally multi-stream. The man got offered such a big deal, he could multi-stream to wherever he wanted to stream. And dude, just imagine, bro. Imagine getting offered that much money to stream wherever you wanted to stream, bro. That's insane, bro. That is insane, broski.
Was and still is the biggest streaming deal social media has ever seen. Yet, somehow, it came right when XQC seemed to be at his lowest.
I understand that XQC can kind of feel slighted by all of this. Right. I was watching the Impulsive clip earlier, and clearly, this still kind of bothers him.
Felix, I gotta ask you this. Are you going to give all of your money to your ex-girlfriend?
Oh, man.
Adept, the person who had been in his life for years, was now the person tearing it apart.
The deeper you are invested with somebody, the deeper that you trust them, the harder betrayal will feel when it happens.
What started as a conversation about his will, about money, and what would happen if something went wrong, spiraled into something much bigger. And somewhere along the way, Felix lost someone that felt like home.
I wasn't the best boyfriend at times, but I don't think anybody deserves to feel that level of betrayal ever.
The fallout rolled straight into his family. Words were said, lines were crossed, and even months later, things still hadn't really healed. So he did what he always does when everything falls apart. He streamed, because chat was the only thing that still felt familiar.
At the end of the day, all I want to do is go back to this. I don't want to spend time enjoying the thing that this comes with, right? The status, or whatever. All that shit is like, it's just f***ing noise. It actually is, it's noise.
Sometimes he'd go live and talk in circles, half-coded rants about things that he couldn't say. You could tell he wanted to open up, he just couldn't. And the longer that went on, the lonelier it looked.
Money just changes people, man. And people say it's changed me. You wanna know why? You wanna do something about me? Everybody around me, just that's all they cared about is just money shit. When everybody around me starts caring about it like so much, right? Then it annoys me. Because then there's me right here, everybody's next to me, and then everybody's looking past me to whatever I have. And it's like, okay, well, how?
I know I can't relate to this right now, but yeah, a lot of people say that whole cliche like money changes people, money, and it does change people, but a lot of the times the person that it changes, it's not even the person who has the money that makes people change. It's the people around the person that have money that change sometimes. Because people that you didn't talk to for like months or years on end, all of a sudden hitting you up, family starting to treat you different, friends starting to treat you different. Like when people know you have money, that's when they want to mess with you, bro. Matter of fact, good example right now. I don't know if you guys remember this clip, right? There's this clip. I mean, it's not really going around anymore because it's a pretty dead clip. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it could most likely resurface. But there's this clip of Kai Cenat, right? And I think it was a girl from either like college or high school, one or the other. This girl hit him up who hasn't hit him up in a very long time. But this is when Kai like officially blew up, and she called him. She called him, and she was like, "Well, you're acting weird. I can't like, I can't talk to you now." He was like, "No, I'm up now," and then just hung up on her. I'm sorry. To this day, that clip will always be funny to me. That clip will always be funny to me. But the point I'm trying to make here is a lot of people around you change compared to, and I'm not gonna say sometimes the person who has the money, they do change themselves. There are instances, but a lot of the times, bro, it's the people around that person that change when they get money. Just saying.
Do I get the focus back on me? I'll just burn it then. Like that's kind of like logical conclusion almost. Sometimes it feels like I'd have none of the problems I have right now if it wasn't for that.
Over time, the streams got shorter and less consistent, but the outbursts and the drama grew. It was like watching someone set fire to the parts of their life that still worked.
I didn't change for the longest time, and it felt like that's all people wanted. So yeah, I bought really dumb shit. I wasted money on the stupidest thing I could ever find. I would rather see that money go up in flames on useless than being given to people that's all they care about.
After months of filings, restrictions, and silence, it finally ended. The court dismissed the case. The claims were dropped. No more orders, no more waiting. For the first time in nearly a year, Felix could finally speak again.
They just gave me the news that I was no longer in any significant legal battle.
Let's go.
It's, all over. After months and months sitting in the dark, I actually had something or somebody tell me and validate that my brain was rooted in reality.
In the end, Felix never really escaped the chaos. He just stopped letting it define him. The cameras are still there. The chat still moves a mile a minute. But he's not hiding behind it anymore. When he goes live, it's not to fill the silence, it's because he actually wants to be there. The line between XQC and Felix will probably always exist, but for the first time, it doesn't feel like a mask. It feels more of like a balance. He can log off, disappear for a while, and the world keeps spinning. The stream doesn't have to be his whole life anymore. And maybe that's the real win. Not the contracts, not the numbers, not the record-breaking deals, but finally being okay with just being himself.
And that's another thing, dude. Oh, hold on. My fault. I didn't think it was over just yet. My fault. Yeah, he's not wrong though. Like, when you stream, not because you need to fulfill some obligation, not because you're trying to like fill a void, streaming because you genuinely feel like streaming is the best way to stream, dude. It's honestly the best way. I don't know why I was asking in the beginning about like why we're not seeing a background. Like, dude, this isn't the rise of XQC. This is literally just talking about how lonely man's is, bro. Like, we're not doing a rise video, so I don't understand why I felt the need to question that. But anyways, um, this is a great video by Golf Cart. This is a very good video, and honestly, I can't wait to watch the next one. Watch Golf Cart. I don't know what I said to watch. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I want you guys to stay safe, stay positive, and remember, be mindful.